What up everyone, it's your man XMen87 here, bringing you another Marvel Legends news video, and what I have for you today is a recap of the Marvel Legends fan stream from Monday, April 15th, 2024. Before we get into everything, if you could please leave a thumbs up, like rating on the video, it'll help show your support for my channel and I greatly appreciate it. Now with that said, we gotta talk about it. Man, oh man, us comic fans are rejoicing because we are no longer taking a backseat to the MCU figures. And again, all due respect to the MCU figures, I always thought, you know, they were technically the better Marvel Legends in the line because they always had all new sculpts, right? The comic figures were the same thing, you know, same rehashed blank bodies, same rehashed accessories, while MCU were always getting the new stuff. But today, this year, the trend, the pattern, is all comic love, man. Many fans have expressed their desire in wanting all new sculpts for comic figures. We've been vocal in the past, you know, including myself. And it is beautiful, absolutely beautiful to see it come true and seeing the comic figures take top spotlight in the Marvel Legends line. Today's fan stream was the introductory of its new annual program headlining Marvel Legends this year. That being the 85 years of Marvel milestone, which is a premium line of comic-based figures. So without further ado, let's kick it off with the very first reveal. And oh man, it's what I've been dying for. Astonishing X-Men Wolverine. An all-new sculpt, and they did what I've been wanting them to do, which is adding a double diaphragm joint onto a Wolverine figure. And just happens to be the first time they do it is on my second favorite costume of Wolverine ever. The arms, look at the all new sculpt, man. Look at the arms. It's big and bulky just like the comics. It's got the hair painted deco. Even the gloves look great. It's got the yellow padding on the gloves and on the boots. So you see the seam line work running up and down the costume just like the Astonishing, Cyclops, and Emma Frost. And I'm glad they are keeping it that way. So that way, when you put the Astonishing team all together, they aesthetically look uniformed. Hasbro didn't miss here. They sculpted the slash designs on his costume. You can see it on his ribs and on his traps. A great angry expressive head sculpt. I think every Wolverine figure should include an angry expressive portrait. Accessories are great. The Logan head, a new Logan head that is accurate to the Astonishing X-Men comics, so I do like that. He's got alternate hands besides the claws, so he'll have his fists with just the claw ports on them, and he's got an open hand and a pointing finger. So these are new accessories we're seeing for a Wolverine figure, and I love what I'm seeing, man. Here's a look at the new packaging, and I do like the new design. It's got that 85 years Marvel logo, and so it goes up for pre-order tomorrow, April 16th. That's a Tuesday, 1 p.m. Eastern time, and it will retail for $24.99. So despite being a premium line, it will not have premium price, so it's not going to be like a $28 or $30 figure, which I'm extremely happy about. They're keeping it at the $24.99 price. It is slated for a summer 2024 release. Not an exclusive, so it'll be available on Pulse, Amazon, Big Bad Toy Store, and additional major retailers. This next reveal got me hyped, man, and it is the classic Carol Danvers Miss Marvel, or Warbird, whatever you prefer to call her. And this is the first female blank body with the double diaphragm joint and shoulder joint combo. That right there alone makes me extremely ecstatic for this figure. This is exciting. She looks super poseable. Alright, I already think this is going to pose better than the Black Widow. Just looking at it, she might be compared to like a female version of a Spider-Man, what it's like to have a Spider-Man figure, you know what I mean? And I really hope the future Spider female characters like Spider-Girl, Anya Corazon, you know, Spider-Woman, I hope they get this same articulation scheme because it's needed. Hopefully they got that upper torso ball joint right, because the Black Widow, it wasn't correct. It was a squared out peg. It didn't allow for more range. So hopefully this is a traditional ball peg for that upper torso. And she just looks great. I think Dwight said this is for more of the powerhouse female bodies, so it might be taller than a regular size body. Because if that's the case, then Elektra and Psylocke might not share this body. They might be a little smaller in scale, but Elektra and Psylocke definitely need this same articulation scheme, the double diaphragm joint and the shoulder joints. I'm glad to see it on a blank female body for a comic figure. That's the great thing. I'm happy to see it, so this will pave the way for the rest. I was hoping to see an Elektra like that for this 85 years line. Maybe that'll be revealed later. I don't know, but either way, I do want Elektra and Psylocke with this same articulation scheme. Sorry for repeating myself. I'm just super excited to finally see this on a female comic figure. And she's got the sash. I'm pretty sure that's a new sash with the way it twirls around like that. It's really good. It's got the metallic gold paint for the emblem on the torso. 2 new head portraits. So you got two different masks too. So one has a thicker domino mask and a different hairstyle. The other has a much thinner domino mask. So, oh man, this just looks great. The accessories, they didn't show all the accessories, but judging from the photos, it looks like she'll have an open set of hands, the fists, the same twirly flame effects we always see. I wish they gave her new flame effects and the extra alternate head. Oh, wow, the thigh highs are sculpted. That's awesome. I was just noticing. I'm like, wait, what's up with the legs here? And yeah, they are sculpted. Normally, like with the last one, they would just paint the thigh highs, and I'm just happy to see that they actually sculpted the thigh highs at the top, which explains why they did the thigh swivel mid-cut. Yeah, it's like mid-thigh instead of high, so I don't know if that will bother some people, having the thigh swivel cut in the middle of the leg, but, middle of the thigh, I should say. That doesn't bother me at all. Man, this just looks great. A major update from the last Warbird figure. Seriously, I think this is Marvel Legends' best female buck. I'm going to say it. I'm going to go out and go ahead and say it right now. This is Marvel Legends' best female body, hands down. All it needed was toe joints for perfection. And even without the toe joints, I still think it's the best. Just saying, if you want to take it to the next level, add that toe joint. Wow, even at the neck, it's sculpted. They sculpted the seam line where the costume ends right there at the neck. This is just all around a beautiful figure. They didn't sculpt the aesthetics around the arms, though. That is just painted over. That would have been nice if they, sculpted that part of the arm sleeve. But overall, man, I think we got our perfect female blank body for the comic figures. The worst thing about this offer, it is a Target exclusive, unfortunately. So pre-order info is coming soon, but the retail price is $24.99, and it will be available in summer of 2024. This one was an update that was severely needed. We're talking about 10 years. 10 years ago in 2014, Superior Spider-Man was released, and it wasn't even done right. And now we get one that's nearly perfect. We didn't have the Waldos on that one, nor the forearm bracers, and look at this, man. We get it, and it looks freaking... Oh, wow, man. It's beyond amazing. No pun intended to the 60th anniversary of Spider-Man, but this is superior to that of the Iron Spider, because you guys know I wasn't really a big fan of that Iron Spider, and I think the Waldos on this one just looks so much better. I think the figure overall just looks so much better than that Iron Spider too. if you haven't read Superior Spider-Man, I highly recommend you do. It's such an amazing run. The cobwebbing design pattern is flawless. It's just amazing. I love the way it came out. The Waldos are fully articulate. You got your, you got like what, 5 points on them? 1, 2, 3, 4 points, where they also swivel as well. The Waldos, you can have it levitating the figure. That is just freaking awesome, man. You can see in this photo where his feet doesn't even touch the ground, and he does have toe joints. This is just absolutely amazing, man. And Dwight Stahl did mention that the eyes, which I bugged out at first when they showed it on screen. I thought these were chrome lens. I was like, what? I was like, I've been wanting some chrome deco in the line. And it is not. It's like a new kind of pad deco they did. They're taking the typography deco to be a little more creative with it. And they kind of did this New York City skyscraper across the lens, and I think it looks super fucking cool. I mean, there's no other way I could put it. It just looks so fucking cool. That's just how it looked in the comics. It had that reflective kind of look. I do wish they went with chrome lens. That would have been amazing. But if you don't like that look, you can sport the other head, which has the all-white lens. So that looks great as well. I think the majority of this body sculpt is new. Yeah, it is. New arms for sure. I want to even say new legs. There's a lot more muscle added onto them. And again, it looks great. The only thing, my only gripe is that he doesn't have a double diaphragm joint. It's just a traditional ab crunch with the hardline waist swivel. I know some people are not a fan of the hardline waist swivel. Personally, it doesn't bother me. It depends how it looks. Like if it looks like the way it does on Pizza Spidey when you twist it to the side, it just looks absolutely horrible. But majority of the time, it doesn't bother me. I personally would have loved to have seen them experiment with a ball jointed waist. Keep the ab crunch on, on the torso, but just have the ball jointed waist at the waistline, similar to how G.I. Joe does it. Maybe the backpack had something to do with it. I'm not sure. He does have an alternate backpack that doesn't have the Waldos attached to it, so that's pretty cool. I like that. He's got multiple hands, so he's got the fists, he's got the thwipping hands, and he's got claw hands, which are great, man. This figure just looks absolutely amazing. Again, 10 years. It's about damn time. Superior Spider-Man will go up for pre-order tomorrow, Tuesday, April 16th at 1 p.m. Eastern Time on Pulse, Amazon, Big Bad Toy Store, and additional retailers, so it stays in the main line. It's not exclusive, and it will retail for $29.99, so it will be a little marked up in price, but for the additional $5, I am very happy and very pleased with how it came out, so I'm not even mad at the price, to be honest. Again, available summer 2024. Next reveal is Scar, son of Hulk, and I'm not big on this character. He kind of seems out of place with this whole 85 years line. Like the rest of the characters are all classic, and he's like the most recent, one of the more modern characters that came out in the 2000s, and he just feels out of place here. I think it's a wasted slot. It should have belonged to another classic character. Maybe another classic version of Hulk. But even though I'm not big on the character, like, the figure looks good. It does. He is on the Caliban body mostly. Caliban legs, but a modified Caliban torso. Because you can see there's butterfly joints on it. The lower abdomen part is the same as Caliban. I'm looking at the figure right now in hand. So he has that, vein sticking out on the lower left side of the abdomen. It is modified. Good job. I like that. I like when they can add new pieces to existing pieces like that. Caliban legs, you can tell it's got the pins. New arms, got some nice sculpted fur like the loincloth and some stony armored plates around them. So he's got the long hair, which looks pretty cool. I like how it just drapes down, and there's an alternate head with the wind blowing that knife or dagger, was the tease from the last Marvel Legends live stream. So there's the answer. It belongs to Scar. You know, one of my guesses were the Spider-Man 2 PS5 Kraven. And the other one was, I think, Shauna the She-Devil. She had a dagger that looked similar to that. So it's none of them. It is Scar. I'm fine with that. It's all good. But I would love to see a Spider-Man 2 PS5 Kraven and Shauna the She-Devil down the line sometime soon. Especially with Zabu and Kazar coming out, right? You gotta have Shauna the She-Devil. But again, this Hulk, looks pretty good. I like the long sword, so that looks good too. He's got fists, he's got gripping hands, and that's pretty much about it. Pre-order info is coming at a later date, but it will retail for $39.99, so a little bit pricier because it is a deluxe. And again, it's slated for the summer 2024 release. This next one is going to make a lot of people happy, or it's going to piss some people off that bought that Luke Cage last year. And trust me, I was disappointed in that Luke Cage last year. But I don't care because this is the Luke Cage I prefer. So, I definitely want this Luke Cage more. It's not going to stop me from getting this set because I love Iron Fist. And finally, we get a Heroes for Hire 2-pack. A dedicated Heroes for Hire 2-pack, which I don't think has ever been done before. These guys were always released either solo or in multi-packs with other characters. But just the two on their own like this, man, this is so fitting. Oh, man, I don't even know where to start. Let's just start off with my boy Danny Rand here. He looks awesome. I am thinking these are the Renew Your Vow legs, right, that he's on? Because he's got the toe joints, and I'm loving that. I'm happy he's got the toe joints. He's got his flats, and he's got that double articulated scheme. Like, I'm just happy about it because, one, I wanted him, like, on that retro Spider-Man articulated system, but I know that the way his costume design goes with the collar and the seams going down the line, I knew it had to be an all-new sculpt because they got to line up that seam work that goes towards the collar, and they did just that. They did it, man. I'm so happy about it. At least with the upper and middle torso, I can tell the seams are raised, but that lower part, I think is just painted over. I think that's where the seam ends. I'm not sure. Maybe it is an all new sculpt and it is raised there, but I need a closer look at it. He's got the butterfly joints. The only thing is that they kept the same flame effects. I was really hoping, like, this is the perfect opportunity to introduce new flame effects, especially for Shang-Chi. Wow, Iron Fist, my god. You know what I mean? Like, that would have been really nice. Some trailblazing fire effects, similar to what Toy Biz did with their Iron Fist, which, I like those flame effects. Those were awesome. But he's got a bunch of hands, and I'm happy about that. They gave him the Shang-Chi treatment with the multiple hands, so he's got all those martial arts hand gestures. 2 different head sculpts, so he has the normal stoic head. I like the hair poking out too on the back of the mask, and he's got his bandana, the sash, everything about this figure I just love. He's pinless. Damn, man, the tattoo on the chest, he's just it. This is it. We are lit, fam. And look at this Luke Cage, all new civilian body. So this is a all new sculpt, new legs. So these are because he's a lot taller. So these are taller pinless jeans. Man, I like the decal where it says Cage on the belt. That is really nice. And the torso is all new. You can see there are butterfly joints on it. So you don't normally get that with a sculpted t-shirt. So this t-shirt has the seam work around the collar and on the deltoid. So that is nice. And can we say that we're going to get a Doc Samson on this body? At least the torso. This torso, this shirt is completely tailor-made for Doc Samson, and I'm all for it. He's gonna use those same arms, most likely too. So upper body right there, it just screams Doc Samson to me. I love the Luke Cage head sculpt. Almost looks like the last Luke Cage figure with the jeans and the yellow shirt, just tweaked a little bit. He does have a screaming head sculpt too, which is nice. So I'm all for these head sculpts. They look great. And his hands, he's got the Luke Cage brass knuckles. I love how it just says Luke Cage on it, painted nicely. That just looks so good. There's a very subtle, slight wash to the jeans from what I'm seeing in some of the photos. I do see he has an opened hand and another like gripping hand, but nothing to hold. So, you know, I was hoping he would like come with like, I don't know, a curled up pipe or something like that. This is the Heroes for Hire 2-pack we all deserved, man. And the pre-orders will go up next Tuesday, April 23rd at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. It's not an exclusive, so again, Pulse, Amazon, Big Bad Toy Store, and other major retailers. It'll retail for $49.99 and available in summer 2024. And the last reveal literally set the stage on fire because, man, was it a banger. And as much as I love Astonishing X-Men Wolverine, which is one I've always wanted an update to, as much as I love Superior Spider-Man, this is by far my favorite reveal of the stream. Danny Ketch Ghost Rider. Yeah, man, I am so excited for this. Like, Danny Ketch, that's my Ghost Rider right there. That's the Ghost Rider I grew up with, and I'm just happy to see him in Marvel Legends form. Dude, he's got the freaking bike, man. The Danny Ketch Ghost Rider bike, which is my favorite Ghost Rider bike. I've always loved that front shield. And what's cool about it, Dwight demonstrated that it's able to slide up and down, which I thought was great. But it has a bunch of flame effects. Going back to December, their last stream of 2023, they did tease like a flame stand. And remember, when I covered that on the recap, I know a lot of y'all were thinking Rachel Gray Phoenix, but I said, hey, it's open for any fire-powered character. It could be any fire-powered character. So here it is. Here's proof. Ghost Rider is one of the most popular fire-type based characters in Marvel. This just looks absolutely amazing. Unfortunately for us Rachel Gray Phoenix fans, we gotta wait a little bit longer, but I'm fine with this. Trust me, I am happy that tease belonged to this figure because Danny Ketch was just needed in the line. This bike looks amazing. I like the paintwork. I like the details inside the bike too. His bike was just so badass. Always had that cyberpunkish feel, which, you know, in the 90s it was very popular. Man, it cracked me up when Dan Yoon had a culture Ryan Ting and Dwight Stahl with one of the photos, and he's like, come on guys, that's the Akira slide. That cracked me up. So you're gonna be able to pull off some cool poses with these flame effects. Oh man, the best thing was that one flame effect where you can have them pop in a wheelie. Oh man, I could just go crazy taking photographs of this guy. And let's not forget about the figure, man. The figure is a great sculpt. We could talk about the bike all day, but we get an all-new sculpt. This is the best Ghost Rider buck they've ever done, because the last ones were just like AIM reused. This one is definitely all-new sculpt. You got the textures, you got the seam work, the padding, the spikes. Damn, he just looks great. And I like how the pants, they're tucked underneath the boots. It just looks so clean. You got the spike around the boots. Man, this just looks freaking awesome. I believe they kept the same head sculpt for all the other Ghost Riders. It would have been nice if it was a little different, but there's only so much you could do with a skull head, right? But the pen and stare deco that they put in the eyes looks great, man. The bike is just insanely detailed throughout. You got a lot of nice line work. Nice, beautiful, sharp angles from the seats to the handlebars for steering. I love the flame patterns that are on the background of the gauge. That's just awesome. The wheels are nice and translucent. They got a nice flaming sculpt throughout. How is this figure not going to be on anyone's top 10 list? I don't even know how I'm going to do a top 10 list this year for my comic Marvel Legends. It's going to be like a freaking top 20 within a top 10, having two figures sharing each spot, man. It's crazy. I'm just joking. I'll be fair. No shared spots, but whoever goes on that list does deserve it. I'm just saying, damn. Pre-order will go up in 2 weeks, April 30th. That's a Tuesday at 1 p.m. Eastern Time, and will retail for $49.99. I think it's a great price. I think the only thing I would have loved to have seen is a new chain whip. You know, they just reused the same one as before. If they gave us like 2 new chain whips, that would have been awesome. Not an exclusive, so that's great. It'll be available for Post, Big Bad Toy Store, and other major retailers in summer of 2024. And lastly, gotta end the stream with a teaser, right? And they got a big rock. So it was a big rock, and it looks like a base of some sort, or just a decorative accessory to do whatever you want with it. Where was this for Terrax when he needed it? Instead, he came with a fallen one, which was like the least painted Marvel Legends of all time. Gotta be, right? He was only like painted on the eyes. He should have came with that rock instead of the fallen one. That was a terrible figure. I don't think it will be a new Terrax, although, you know, you can give this accessory base to Terrax if you want, if it works. But I think it's going to belong to the comic Hulkbuster that will be a part of this 85th anniversary line. And the reason why I say that is because Dan Yoon posted a pic on Twitter with the team, and I think this was intentional. Because if you zoom in on the photo, there's a packaging, an open packaging that says Hulkbuster on it. So I'm assuming that they took out that big rock accessory from that packaging. I don't remember if Hulkbuster is rumored to be in a 2-pack. If so, then probably it's to mimic the battleground that him and the Hulk fought in issue 305 of Iron Man. Whatever the case may be, I just hope that Hulkbuster comes with a lot of accessories, because if y'all remember when I did my top 15 Marvel Legends that needs updates, that video I said that, you know, Hulkbuster is best suited as a deluxe, not being restricted as a bath, because then you got to worry about, you know, scaling. And I just feel as a deluxe, he can be... They have more free reins to give him the proper size and proportion he needs to be, instead of feeling restricted to a bath scale to make sure it fits, you know, all the packaging throughout like 7 figures and stuff. But not just limiting his size, but I don't want his accessories to be limited either. I just hope he comes fully loaded with accessories. Like, give him thrust effects, give him huge energy beam effects, and not the larger repulsor ray effects that they get for the bigger iron-suited bodies like Detroit Steel and Hydra Stomper, as seen on some of those. Yeah, I just want them to go all out with a Hulkbuster, and I just cannot wait for that to be revealed. But like I said, this rock accessory looks like it'll be good for Terrax, and not only Terrax, but Avalanche too. We'll wait and see, but that Hulkbuster is now one of my most anticipated Marvel Legends for the year. Alright, for my on-reveal rating, I'm just gonna go ahead and give it a 10 out of 10. I mean, every reveal was a freaking banger. It was banger after banger. Even my least favorite reveal, which was Scar, still a good looking figure. You know, my only gripe was that, like I said, he just feels out of place with everyone else being classic and he's being recent. By the way, as you heard me say, they retooled the Caliban body to add shoulder joints, and while they were at it with retooling the torso, they should have just went ahead and retooled the legs to pinless. So I don't understand that they kept the pins on there. If you took the time to retool the Caliban upper body, you should have taken that time as well, some extra time to give it a little more TLC. But anyways, not to sidetrack, but this is what I wanted to see for comic figures in the Marvel Legends line. I mean, what a difference a year makes. Last year at this time, I was a frustrated Marvel Legends fan, man. But I'm a diehard Marvel Legends fan. I stay loyal to the brand. I was with it through the thick and thin. Trust me, I've been through worse. I was through the Hasbro dark days. So 2023 Marvel Legends was nothing compared to the dark days of Hasbro. But last year at this time, I remember just voicing my displeasure and having so many criticisms. And you know what? There was so many rants I went on that I should have scaled back on some rants, you know? But if it led to this, then it was all worth it. And I'm not saying I'm taking sole credit for the improvements that we're seeing on the comic figures, getting all new scopes and all the extra TLC that they're giving into the line, because there were many other content creators that were being vocal as well. But I couldn't see the line that I love so much just tank, you know? You gotta voice it. You can't stay quiet. If you stay quiet, nothing's gonna be improved. They're gonna think everything's okay. No changes will be made if you stay quiet. You gotta speak up. I'm not saying my voice is the strongest in the community, but I believe it's strong enough to play a major factor into some of the improvements we are seeing in the line today. But today solidifies the day in the Legends line where I feel the comic figures are now getting equal treatment that the MCU figures would normally get. And I don't know if that has anything to do with Disney pulling back on Marvel content. And if so, then good, because that means less movie figures, which will then bring a better balance in using those tooling resources with an increased budget onto the comic figures. You know, I'm just happy to see that the comic figures are getting that same amount of love that the MCU figures used to get. Again, just to clarify, I never hated the MCU figures. I used to love them. I just fell out of love with the MCU. But the biggest thing I was critical about was the fact that the MCU figures were getting the better treatment over the comic figures, where I just wanted equal treatment. I wanted the comic figures to get the same amount of love the MCU figures were getting with all new sculpts and all that stuff. And I get a lot of the comic figures need those flat, smoothed out parts, right? But come on, look at what we're getting now. You see what we're getting today, this year with the comic figures. There's so much more you can do, and there was so many missed opportunities with the past comic figures. So thank you to all my viewers and subscribers that stuck with me last year throughout all those rants, because it was exhausting. But look at us now, man. It's finally paying off. And you know what? If you want to label me a Marvel Legends shill again, then I already know that you weren't a loyal and true subscriber or viewer. I know who the true loyal viewers and subscribers are. You are the guys that continue to rock with me. You know, haters are gonna hate, and if you got haters, that means you're doing something right. So go ahead, label me a Marvel Legends shill. You know what I shill for? I shill for great action figures. How about that? No matter the company, Hasbro, Mafex, Mezco, NECA, Jada Toys, as long as we're getting great action figures, that's all I care about. You know what I don't shill for? I don't shill for bad action figures. Like I said, no matter the company. And I hate bad action figures. I don't shill for bad action figures. But what we got in today's showing are nothing but great action figures. Like I said, it's just looking up, and it's going to continue to look up for Marvel Legends this year. This is the comeback year for Marvel Legends. My fellow viewers and subscribers, Marvel Legends is back, baby. Now I kick it back to you. So what do you think about today's reveal? Which one was your favorite? Feel free and rank them in order if you like. And which ones are you pre-ordering that are must-buys for you? Comment below, let me know, we'll chat about it. Thank you for watching another Marvel Legends news video. Please follow me on Instagram if you haven't already at XMen87. Hit the notification bell so you always know when my latest videos are up. Share and subscribe if you're new. See you on the next video. Peace, peace.